What's happening, FlowChat Connector? In this video, I'm going to show you why going for no is failing your way to success and how to do it at a mass scale. Stay tuned. Yo, FlowChat Connector, what's up? Sean here, back at you with another high-ticket tune-up for some FlowChat Sales Training. I love this. Yeah, make sure and smash that like button. Feed this to the algorithm gods. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and just feed them because we want more people to see this information. Got a great question that came in today. That came from Joe, and Joe said this. He said, Sean, I've heard of going for no in sales. What does this actually mean? And there was a book that was written by a guy named Richard Fenton, which is a pretty interesting book. It talks about this journey of, basically as a story told about this gentleman's dad who he thought was the greatest sales guy in the world, and he was an average sales guy, and it talks about his journey of going and learning this concept of failing to move forward. And so one of the things that we're going to jam about today is, I think it's really valuable, is the 5 levels of failure. So I wanted to dive into this fairly quickly. This is going to be a short one today because I think it's valuable to know this and learn this and see this. So as we dive into here, here's really where we get to. So why go for no, right? So first of all, I was always wondering, like, why go for no? Does this even make sense to happen, right? So first of all, if you get a no, you can get immediate feedback. So if you're in a sales conversation and somebody says no to you, the next question immediately should be, that's great. Thank you. I appreciate the no. Can I just quickly ask, like, what was it about my product or service that wasn't a fit for you? And you'll get immediate feedback, right? So that's one reason to go for no. Another one is it's easy to measure your activity. If you know, it's a statistical probability that the next no that you get is closer to the next yes. And so if we can continue to count down the pathway, we know, like, if we get this many no's, there's going to be a yes just statistically. And then what we do is we work on that ratio. So if we focus on the no's being a positive and reinforcing move, this can actually change our perception about how we sell. Next one is the ability to be rescued by your prospect. Again, as I mentioned, when somebody says no to you, dang, that stinks. And then if you act like a dummy in the sales conversation, you can turn around and say, well, like, I'm just curious, like, why'd you say no? And what this is doing subconsciously is your prospect's like, oh, I got to rescue you. I just hurt your feelings. I'm going to save you. And that puts them into this position of what you call the child state, and it's the adaptive child state. And when you put a prospect into the adaptive child state, that means you automatically become the parent state, and then you now have the control of the conversation. So it is a cool move subconsciously to kind of spin your way out of that. And then lastly, look, if you don't ask, you'll never get progress, right? If you don't ask for somebody to make a buying decision during the process, you're never going to get somebody to make a buying decision, or very few people will do that, right? So the average person asks for the deal anywhere between 1.4 to 2.8 times during a sales conversation. If you ask anywhere about 3 times, you're most likely to close deals. So during any sales conversation, ask 3 times for the order in one way or another, right? Trial, close, speed check, do some of these things because you'll start to see yeses. If you ask for the order too many times, you'll probably annoy your prospect and it'll be gone. Last thing I want to show you is this, the 5 levels of failure. So level 1, everyone starts at level 1, the ability to fail. 100% of the people on earth have the ability to fail. It's where we all start. What keeps most people at level 1 status is their intense desire to avoid any form of failure. We're taught in school, don't fail. It's bad, right? Why do we have a grading system? Because if you get an F, that sucks, right? If you get an A, you're a superstar. And so that was designed and built into our heads from a long time ago. Well, if we look at actual entrepreneurship and you look at all of these great people, they've all had more failures. Babe Ruth, more strikeouts than more home runs. Like, the pattern repeats itself over and over and over. So understanding the concept of failure is a terrible word. Sorry, I almost swore there, but I just feel like it's learning, right? Learning, right? That's what AI machines do. AI intelligence, what do? They try something and hit a wall. That's a failure. And then they go try something else and they can just do it at a rapid pace, right? As a result, 80% of all people never move past level 1. Level 2 is the willingness to fail. So first you got to have the ability, then the willingness. Level 2, people develop the willingness to fail, which means that they come to accept failure as a natural byproduct of the process of seeking success. So if you know, as I just mentioned, that failure can lead to success, only fewer than 20% of people make it to level 2. Crazy. Those 20% are going to be your highest performing salespeople of all times. Level 3, wanting to fail, right? When you understand the willingness, you have the willingness and the ability to do it. Now you want to do it, right? To go beyond the mere tolerance of acceptance of failure as a part of life. Wantingness means developing the desire to fail with the inner faith, knowing and believing in yourself that financial growth will follow, right? So when you know that financial growth will follow getting a no, it should be easy to get no's. Level 4, right? Fewer than 5% ever make it to level 3. 5%. Those are going to be your top 1% earners in any sales position, right? Level 4, failing bigger, failing faster. The people who ascend to level 4 are those who have come to the conclusion that if failing is good, then failing fast is better, right? So Will Smith, fail fast, fail forward, fail forward, fail fast, fail forward, right? That's his motto. A lot you can do about a bunch of research about anybody who talks about this. Warren Buffett, huge proponent, believer in saying no more often or getting a no more often because it leads to financial success. And then level 5, this is the exponential level. So when you're completely okay with failure and you're wanting to fail and you understand and you believe that failure leads to, big goals and growth financially and everything else. Now, level 5 are those people that want to enlist other people to get going for no with them and building a team. This final level is those who understand that massive success requires multiplication of efforts. Multiplication of efforts simply means add more people to the team that will also go for no. And this is totally true. Like Chris always says, like if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. If you're trying to make a bigger impact, enlist people. Have this concept. And when you do, I can assure you that your world will change. A lot of things will happen and you'll probably grow and progress faster than you've ever grown and progressed before. With that said, you've just been tuned up. This is another high ticket tune up. Make sure and drop a comment below. Appreciate you. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I can't wait to see you next time.